feel the ball is imminent, and that allows you and oftentimes knock it away.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Peterson. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Peterson on the carry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rodgers. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Steelers nothing. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
There's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Bell, the ball carrier.
Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Jackson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jeremy Chin. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons 7, Steelers nothing.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Harrison Butker on for the point after.
We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. A little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overramped. Others.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. To sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
To number 80.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Lawrence Taylor able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
To kick off.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Here's Ayuk on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's brought down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First down, Peterson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
He was brought down.
The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Rodgers, the completion good. This is Eric Ebron. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
47-yard line.
Now a run with Peterson. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Peterson
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
43-yard line.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Brings up 3rd.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Here's a screen to Powell. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing again. Rodgers. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
Back now in Atlanta's 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Peterson again.
And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 16. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
At the 11-yard line.
Now Peterson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that drive took up an eternity. We finally had some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the 1st quarter before we spilled into the 2nd, and finally, the points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. But they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
At the 49-yard line.
Flush to his right. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. The 20. Territory. It's a big play there for the Patriots. And even 40 yards. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And a quick, fast defensive side, he might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
His usual havoc.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's Anderson. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. First down, here's a run with Peterson.
Adrian Peterson.
Deacon Jones, the Hall of Famer, there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. Really,
he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Andre Johnson in the final seconds of the first half, and the Falcons have retaken the lead.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
So that one will be accepted. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So now with a late touchdown, not only will they take the lead to the locker room, but they'll try and add 2 more here. The final shot before the break. Watson flushed out right. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know, the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And they'll wind up getting inside the 20.
Taking their time and making it work.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 17-yard line.
That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Patriots add on to their lead. Here's Watson. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further.
Falcons 13. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after here's Ayuk on the return. And good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at at their own 34-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Jack Youngblood. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Middle of the field. Now they work this well upfield across the 45. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. Rodgers now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Comes up on Lavonte David. And they're going to set up shot at the 40-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
The ball carrier.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there on 3rd down for the Pats. 43 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9. Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This taken in about 4 yards deep. And maybe broad tissue to bring it out of the end zone. Here's Herbert. Pass to Henry's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. That's caught by Jackson. They call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule. I'm down in distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Herbert has it knocked free. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there.
Fight for the football, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
At the 43-yard line.
Running is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Raiders.
Now Haskins on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
This is it! He's tackled at the 30.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And a Raider first down.
They run it with Jacobs. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He's just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Haskins to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Haskins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
4th down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
The ball carrier.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and inches.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders 7, Chargers nothing.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A loss of a yard.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
4th down, here's Haskins. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime because I think we were headed towards 1. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
And how about this decision? Tie game first half, but here's an onside kick. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That, you know, and the right approach and going after it also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And there is a flag, so a big 2nd down pickup, but will it hold? So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Haskins out of the gun. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they like some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Herbert off of play action. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's got the first down and more inside the 40 and down to the 28-yard line. That's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll run it with Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Herbert. And this is complete. It's out. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Badgley on for the... And all he takes off with is a fake. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When he'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Vigil, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. That's going to be caught. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the ref game site, and issue a final decision.
Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Going deep here for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And this is going to be incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And that whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. He moved from your forward position senior year. Strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage, or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
This will be caught just inside the 10. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And now I think the focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the offers on the 8. Just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Ballage. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Keenan Allen, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And it is good. Well, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? With the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel. They've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs.
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is.
He will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and it's got him in the lead. Fields it in the middle of the end. And this is going to wind up with safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the shotgun, Haskins eluding the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is in. Jacobs, 60 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
37, Chargers 16. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Oh, it's loose, and the Raiders have it. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a... They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolutely perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders, and it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. He led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, 38 yards. And the Raiders able to... And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Joe Reed returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go? And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Clelin Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. A first throw here for the backup, Taylor. Wide open receiver, complete. Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
The 18-yard line.
They'll roll him out right. And this is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Would come open downfield, but they never did.
So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find...
Ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Raiders.
Josh Jacobs, 28 yards. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
On for the point after.
And he just shot. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. No, fumble. It's out. It's loose. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
her attic, the
my
stuff she used to
grandmother
preserve.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Call it a gain of 4, leaves them with options here on 2nd and just a yard. Now a carry for Jacobs, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
4 yards.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
The Chargers 17-yard line.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 17 yards out. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now loose football. The ball comes out. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Haskins. 20! Got an open man, it's Ruggs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Raiders.
Henry Ruggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the silver and black continue to roll. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And his his throw here's incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Defensively.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They go play action now. Taylor, flush to his right. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 4th down. Here's Taylor. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. It's incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On 1st down, Jacobs. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Jacobs, the Raider ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And it's 3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Haskins. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
They go with Jacobs. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Jacobs now. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Second and 6 from the 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are pouring it on. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need...
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Taylor. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Mike Williams.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
It's caught at the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return way back at the 11.
At their own 11-yard line.
The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Haskins. Reception here by Ruggs. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Las Vegas.
And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And someone a little too eager to block this extra point. Henceforth the flag. Carlson on for the PAT. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game. Following an incredibly short kick. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And the Raiders pick it up.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot.
Joseph on the tackle.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
6-yard line.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. One more time with Jacobs. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play...
And Alway takes off with it. It's a fake. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the two-point try will be unsuccessful.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
On the return, the Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Taylor. And here he's back. He lost the football. Pick it up, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to...
Another turnover as this one's intercepted. It's the third Seahawk Earl Thomas. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down
the numbers, there he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Las Vegas.
It's been quite the game for him individually. And Alway takes off with it. It's a fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Taylor. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
At the 46-yard line.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
complete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Taylor. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. 3rd and long, it's Taylor. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. They go play action now. Haskins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Henry Ruggs, the rookie, his intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Jacobs, able to power through. And he's got room. 30, the 20, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. Operating from the gun, Haskins. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
And they've got it. They recovered it. And hang on now. There's a penalty flag down. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went
so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes it can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
One last shot for Taylor. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Las Vegas, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.